Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Get early access to all of our interviews, including the monthly Chichester chats with writer and comic book legend DG Chichester, new episodes of classic Capes and Lunatics shows, including The Quantum Zone, This, That, or the Third, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/capesandlunatics. Hope to see you there.
Hi, I'm Saren.
And I'm Ray.
We're your Spider Baby hosts from To Know Her Is to Fear Her, a Spider-Woman podcast, as well as proud members of the collective.
You're listening to Capes and Lunatics. Gimme, gimme.
All right, kids. That's right. You're out of time. All right. Welcome back to another episode of Marvel Tales, your source for everything Marvel Comics. I am Phil. Joining me, as always, that time-traveling biscuit himself. It is
Justin the Owl stepping through a time corridor and taking off the mask.
That's right. We've done plenty of Ant-Mans and Wasp, but now we're going to finish off Quantum Mania month with, of course, the man himself, Kang.
Yes. The man of the hour himself, the Conqueror.
Oh man, just all those commercials that are coming out for Quantum Mania. Now I'm just like sitting in there with my wife and son. I'm like, no. I'm like, that's Kang. Oh, that's nice. No, that's Kang. Remember when you didn't know who Thanos was? That's Kang.
Yeah. You don't understand. You're going to be seeing so much more of Kang in the next couple of years.
But by the end of this phase, you're going to be like, oh yeah, Kang.
Yeah, Kang. I remember when he was in Quantum Mania and he did that crazy thing.
We saw him one of his variants in Loki, but I'm like, no, this is Kang.
Yeah. This is the real deal.
Oh, they said we're going to get a bunch of variants, so I wonder, are we going to get Rama Tut?
Yeah, or Immortus too.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Put him in an old man beard.
With the big helmet. Giant hat. Yeah. They got to have that hat.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, I always thought that, like, secretly, Immortus is the reason why in the Marvel universe nobody ages. Like we had
time.
Yeah, like secretly, like Peter Parker should be like 70 or 80 and Steve Rogers should be like 150 or something like that. So it's all Immortus. He's holding it all together for some arcane reason that only he knows about.
Yeah, I mean, oh my god, we'll get into the ridiculousness of the Kang timeline here.
Yeah. They even mention it in one of these issues we're going to talk about briefly.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
Because this isn't. All right. Let's jump into this because again, there's a lot to talk about.
There's a lot in these two issues. Yeah.
Yes, like his first two appearances as Kang, people.
Mm-hmm.
This is not the character's first appearance, but the first appearance as Kang.
Yes.
I forgot. It had been a while. I'm like, oh yeah, he was. The Rama Tut thing did happen before Kang. I forgot about that. For some reason, I thought he was Kang first, and then like on a little side trip, he became Rama Tut. No.
And I don't know how was it like a year before this issue that Rama Tut appeared. I couldn't remember. Maybe it was less than that.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, we're when was
it? Wasn't that long.
I think it's on my notes here. Here, we'll take a look. But kids, all right, the first appearance as Kang was from Avengers number 8. That's right, the very first Avengers 8.
Yes.
From cover date September 1964. Oh god, of course since then we've gotten variant covers. Oh, they're all NFT covers.
Oh, nice.
There's just like it's like Kang and the first one is like Kang and the Avengers. They're still in color on the cover, but everything else is like black and white.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And then the second one's an almost blank cover, just him lazing on that like invisible chair or whatever.
Oh yes, yeah.
Yeah. And then the other one is just the Avengers standing on the cover, and then the last one is just like Iron Man giving Kang the finger. It's like
it means business. I love it because in one of the screen caps from Quantum Mania, there's a almost perfect replication of that scene where he's sitting in that chair. Just the pose and everything is almost completely identical to that panel. And I love that. I was like, oh, I love that. He's sitting in the chair. He's lazing in the chair.
Oh, that's the thing in those. That's the code in the comic book movies, kids. When when the character's a badass or they're trying to make him an evil badass, it's like they sit him in a throne. I mean, Thanos did it.
Yes.
Kang's gonna do it. They tried it with
Absolutely.
Black Adam.
Briefly.
Briefly. Oh.
Yeah,
Oh my
sit him in a
God.
chair for about 5 minutes. And
I saw the
get him.
best meme today. Someone was like, "Oh, I see where they got the idea for the Rock for Black Adam," and it was like a toe sticking out of like a black sock, and then they took it, him in that Black Adam picture, his head stood up Black Adam too.
I like that. Yeah.
And yes, kids, we know Lilith Hellfire was the originator of the Rock hate. Yes, we know.
Still like that movie for the Justice Society, though. I'll still watch it for them.
Oh my!
Love the Justice Society.
Oh yeah. Oh, you love Hawk. You love Hawkman. That's what. You love.
Well, that too. Yeah. A flying biscuit.
Oh, if you haven't watched that, they this week they came out. Oh, it was Thursday. They came out with I guess they tacked on another episode of the Harley Quinn season 3, and it's like a Valentine's Day episode.
Oh, I haven't seen that yet.
I mean, there's quick like shots in dispersed in the episode of like them talking to famous couples. Like it was Superman and Lois, and it was Hawkman and Hawkwoman, and it was
Nice.
He looked like the character from the Black Adam movie. They were both
Okay.
equal color. I'm like, oh man, yeah, okay,
Very nice. I like that.
yes.
Keeping some consistency there. Very
But there's
nice.
just craziness, kids.
Yeah, I gotta watch that. Yeah.
I mean, Etrigan just selling love potions.
Oh.
Should I spoil the 50-foot naked Bane? I don't know. And he takes a love spell, it backfires, so he's just like humping buildings until
Oh, I love it.
Oh my God. All right. Oh, there's even more. That ain't even half of it.
Oh yeah. I'm sure that was just the tip of the iceberg.
All right. Sorry. So back to Avengers number 8. Like I said, cover date was September 1964. Kang, the title Kang the Conqueror.
Kang the Conqueror.
Writer Stan Lee, penciler Jack Kirby, inker Dick Ayers, colorist Stan Goldberg, letterer Sam Rosen, and of course, once again, Stan editing himself. So
Excelsior.
anything goes.
That's right.
Yeah. All right. It's not a big synopsis, but then we'll try to dive into this. All right. Kang the Conqueror comes to rule Earth. The Avengers attack and are beaten and captured. Apart from the Wasp, she and Rick Jones form a plan and get on the Kang ship and free the Avengers. The Avengers battle Kang again and manage to defeat him by destroying his suit, which controls all his weapons. Kang is forced to flee back into his own time. Okay, is it just me or did Rick Jones seem to suddenly appear out of nowhere?
Yeah, I forgot that he.
Like I had to flip back. I'm like, wait a minute, was he there since the beginning?
Yeah, was he palling around with Cap a lot then?
I think he might have been, but it was like, all of a sudden he just seemed to appear. Like I was like, I don't remember him saying anything, but then I think the first time we see him was like when they like after they take that trip and they they just get on a jet and fly to Kang. I'm like,
Oh yeah.
But once I get there and I start rushing him, I'm like, oh yeah, there's Rick in the background.
Yeah, there he is
For no specific reason.
Yeah, I couldn't.
I was like,
did
did they decide to just like drop him in there like halfway through the issue? Was Stan just like, girl can't, save the Avengers by herself?
That's right. We don't want to have the Wasp do it all on her own. She's got to have a man with her,
even if it's a teenage boy.
That's right. And then he had to go and mention the Teen Brigade too. I was like, boo, boo, Teen Brigade, boo.
Oh yeah.
Get out of here with that.
Oh boy, I
Yeah.
think he's gone already, but Noel was here. The biscuit's
The
back.
biscuit's back. Hey, Noel.
All right, I'm just pulling up the issue, but yeah, I was just like, wait a minute, where did Rick Jones come from? All of a sudden,
Yeah.
he's with the Wasp. I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah. Didn't he put on the Bucky costume at one point?
Yes, yes,
I wonder if
yes.
this was like kind of around that time when
I
he was
think it
hanging
might
out
have
with
been
Cap.
right before because I think wasn't Cap appeared in Tales of Suspense with Iron Man, and then when Cap got his own book, I think it was pretty early on. Yeah, like Rick like put on the Bucky suit because he bore a
Yeah.
striking resemblance to Bucky.
Yeah, what a coincidence. Yeah.
Which I don't know. Charlie has this weird conspiracy theory that maybe like Rick and some others like Jack Monroe are all like clones of Bucky Barnes or
Oh,
something.
really? Oh, I
Yes.
like that. Yeah.
But no, I think it was like when the Red Skull used the Cosmic Cube to like switch bodies with Captain America. He basically told Rick Jones to scram, get out of here, and then
Yeah.
that was like the last of Rick Jones with Captain America. And I'm like, once you got your body back, wouldn't you be like, oh hey Rick, that wasn't
By
me?
the way, yeah.
But no, I mean, I guess that was just them wanting to get rid of Rick Jones from the book. But it's just like, I think it wasn't until like, oh my god, Operation Galactic Storm when like I don't know, Cap's like thinking, oh yeah, Rick and
By
I
the
haven't seen
way.
much of each other, since that little misunderstanding back.
Yeah, you still mad at me, Rick?
It's been 20 years, but yeah, that was the Red Skull.
Yeah. You know how cosmic cubes work, right? They're tricky things.
But I'm always like in the Marvel, if you're even like a regular person in the Marvel universe, like if you're pulling like crimes or just whatever, can't you just be like, oh, an alien took over my body, or
Yeah,
somebody,
it was a scroll.
Exactly.
It wasn't really me. It was a scroll. Yeah, the whole time, honestly.
And how could you prove? I mean, how could you prove otherwise?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Let's get into the history of this Kang here.
Yeah. What did you think of this issue?
I mean, again, it's a product of its time, but
yeah.
All right. Although this is Kang's first appearance under the guise of Kang the Conqueror, as he states in this issue, he was formerly known as Rama Tut, a time traveler from the year 3000 who was originally trapped in ancient Egypt. He battled the Fantastic Four before escaping into the present back in Fantastic Four 19. In Fantastic Four Annual 2, Rama Tut ran into Doctor Doom, and this inspired him to take on his guise as Kang the Conqueror. Thanks, Doom.
Yeah.
All right, let me see.
Like, ooh, I love all that green. I must adapt green into my costume.
Oh, okay. Fantastic Four 19 was October 1963. So it was almost a year.
Okay, yeah.
So yeah, because the Avengers was September 64. So yeah, so you were close. It was almost a year.
I wonder why Stan picked that. Like he was like, we need to do more with Rama Tut. That didn't
I know,
need to be
instead of like
did he not just making him a new
yeah, did he not want to keep track of two time travelers? He was just like, let's make him the same guy.
Yeah, what the hell? Excelsior.
With all the double I'm surprised I'm surprised Conqueror wasn't spelled with a K. Oh, hello, Russell. Hey,
Russell.
Justin, you cheating hussy. He's my man now.
Torn between two lovers.
Hey, Russell, I already told everyone next episode it's going to be a threesome, so.
That's right.
As we step through the green door.
The meat in the middle.
Whoa. What is this? Some of that little Hellfire stuff I hear about? No, you two aren't college boys. Never mind. Anyway.
Is that a sentient tongue?
Oh my God! Did you see the feedback? You saw the feedback. Ray loved that Salty and Petty episode. With biscuits and corn. Oh God! I'll pop the blue chew.
The blue chew.
You could just use a microphone, Russell. That's fine.
I can't wait for you to get some more drops of Russell on the next episode.
Wild like an animal.
Where's the Joker?
Where's
Where's the Joker nuggets?
It's now my favorite.
No, I invented that, you dick. Teach me how to urinate.
The original.
That
That
man.
was the original.
I'll be extra vulgar. Who in the name of Lilith Hellfire do you think you are? But no, I keep meaning that here. I keep going to pull up that Avengers number 8, and it's just I keep getting distracted by it. Oh, hey, okay. Yeah, was this the issue where it's just like, hey, it's from the year 3000. He goes back to be Rama Tut. Then he tries to go back to his time, but he overshoots, goes to the year 4000. Pulls a bunch of weapons from there to become Kang and comes back to the 20th century.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh my god. Them's fighting words.
I know.
Wow.
Present it. Oh my. Hey, Russell, you can give me that drop when we record next, so I'll play that for her. Then you can keep your one eye open.
Over a year ago, you dick.
All right.
She's gonna get you.
Lil's gonna get you. I'm having a weird thing with Marvel Unlimited lately. Like I can't just like search for like the issue. Like I used to be able to just like put in the issue and it'll come up. Now I have to like go to the series and scroll down.
Oh, probably because they've got so many different series now, right?
I guess, but I thought like if you put in Avengers 8, like it would bring up every Avengers number 8. I thought at least it used to. I'm pretty sure.
There haven't been that many Avengers 8s.
No, I know. And again, kids, I know I'm old, but it's like, does anyone care if it's like issue 692?
Yeah, for a while they were doing that, weren't they? They were merging all the...
Well, a lot of times now Marvel will be tricky and they'll put like the new number and the legacy numbering on it. So
they'll put the legacy number on there too.
Yeah, it might be like it might be on there smaller, but yeah.
I haven't paid attention to any of them recently if they were doing that or not, but I like it when they do that. I mean, for us folks, it's helpful.
Exactly. But I find it funny when it's like, it'll be like, oh, it's like issue number 2, but meanwhile, legacy numbering, it's only like 29 or 30. So it's like, they rebooted after like 15 issues or something.
It's a series 3 or 4. It's like, yikes.
Charlie Esser is a dick. Wow!
Whoa!
Wow! Coming after the whole team here, man.
Russell's feeling salty tonight.
Oh, man. Don't worry. We're going to have you on the Talk Mountain Dew with Lilith one day. Oh, don't worry.
That's right.
Salty
You guys have to talk about your favorite flavors of Mountain Dew.
That's right. You got to talk your favorite flavors of Mountain Dew. That's right. Justin came on and talked about his favorite flavors of man. So come on.
And there were multiple.
Exactly. I'm paprika.
Paprika, nice. I like that.
You and your dog Blue.
Spicy.
It's a spicy meatball. All right. But yeah, I mean, just the oh my god, these issues at the time. Stan was, I don't know if he was a genius, a madman.
A little of both. I like how the dude from the Pentagon just rings up the Avengers. Just like, thank you for your prompt response to my call. Now, down to business. He tells him all about the spaceship.
Is it just me, or does it seem weird that Thor's like at like running the controls? It's just like,
yeah. Shouldn't that be Iron Man working on the gadgets? At least at this juncture.
Anyone over him?
Yeah. He's going to smash that thing with his hammer.
Their closed circuit TV channel. Oh, yeah. And again, both issues weren't they like, oh, whose turn is it to be chairman this time?
Yeah. Yeah, the rotating. Anyone but the Wasp. Yeah, anyone but the Wasp gets to be chairman this week.
She has to take the notes.
That's right. She's going to be the secretary.
Chairman, get it?
Yeah.
By Blue's Clues rules, that means Phil and Lilith are my parents. Go to your room, young man. No Mountain Dew for you. You go to your room and close the green door. That's right. That's a Gamma Charge show, kids.
That's right.
Proud member of the collective.
Gamma Charge, the strongest podcast there is.
See, we give you plugs.
We're actually recording a new episode tomorrow night.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Also a Quantumania special.
Ooh, nice.
Yes.
And also, okay, I'll give you the plug. All right, Russell also appears on Trapped in a World, the Howard the Duck podcast.
The Howard the Duck podcast.
With Mr. Noel Tate.
That's
Not how
right.
duck penises work, right?
Oh yeah, them just watching the attack on this closed circuit TV and just oh my god, that helmet is extra helmety in this.
Yes, that helmet
they
is
slung
large
that
and in
thing
charge.
Oh yeah. Just like the female hairdos of the time. Yeah. So
Yeah. Massive.
that looks
Yeah.
like an afro helmet, you know.
You can tell that he went to the year 4000 for that helmet.
But I love how you can still see his eyes and his mouth through that helmet.
His mouth, yeah. Like, oh,
I
wow.
don't know, man. Armament 2000 over 2,000 years in the future. I don't know if we'd have a.
Yeah, needs a little adjustment. I laughed at the panel where Giant Man grabs Kang. He's just kind of talking about, I proclaim myself Kang the First, and Giant Man just sneaks up behind him and says, well, here's where we clip your wings a little, Kang, and he grabs him by he like pins his arms behind him and grabs his legs with the other hand. It's so funny. I remember the first time I read that, I was like, wow, that escalated quickly.
I know. Him just lounging there outside the ship. He's just like,
just hanging out.
Time means nothing to me.
Yeah. Hi, Avengers. How's it going?
And again, so another guy from that far in the future. I mean, at this point, the Avengers don't even know each other's identity. You shouldn't even be like, oh yeah, Iron Man's Tony Stark. Yeah,
Yeah.
you know that, man. He's playing you guys.
Yeah. And by the way, a few years from now, I'm going to come back and beat you all in this big, massive year-long story, and it's going to suck for you guys, just so you know.
That's the thing. I'm always like, how does Kang not just roll? Because it's like, as a time traveler, it's like you can leave, go rest for a month, a year, no matter, then come back 5 minutes after you left, and
Right.
everyone's still tired. And again,
Yeah.
future armaments, you know.
Yeah. That work properly. Yeah.
I mean, you could go back. Imagine if we went back in time 1,000 years, which is just with one machine gun and an iPhone, you would rule the world.
Oh man, yeah. They would think you were a god or something.
Uh-huh.
Totally. Yeah.
Oh god. Wait, it says the Avengers don't have
Yeah.
with their villains on it. Amateur. Not yet.
Yeah.
Russell.
The
Again,
Fantastic Four already had one up though.
that's true, but it's only issue 8. I mean, who would we have? We'd have Loki.
Yeah.
Zemo.
Zemo.
True.
Zemo.
Namor.
Oh,
we could do a double, like former member and the new enemy, the Hulk.
when Namor joined the Avengers, they used the same portrait. They took it from the villain wall. And they're like, yeah, we don't need to take a new one. This one looks good. Yeah.
Okay. This keeps making more and more sense. Justin likes a bad boy.
Well, you know it. That's one of the reasons I love that man so much.
Where's Kang versus the Doctor crossover?
Yeah, Doctor Who. Why have they never done that? A Doctor Who and Kang crossover would be really good.
Oh my god. Kang and Back to the Future.
Yeah.
Hey, you, get your damn hands off her. Oh my god. Kang, what the hell is that?
Doc Brown and Kang getting into a fist fight at the end. Climax.
In the Old West.
Yeah. This town ain't big enough for the two of us, Kang.
Oh. Wait.
Oh, yes.
Kang loves jelly beans. Aspervana. Whoa.
That's spicy too.
Oh my.
Yes.
Love across time.
Yep. Good old Ravana.
And again, I swear, like any one of these issues anymore is well, back in this time, it's just like, yeah, even though they don't know that's the weakness, it seems like every villain's like, yeah, I'll just separate Thor from his hammer.
Yeah.
60
Hit
seconds.
hit Iron Man with some type of electromagnetic pulse thing that shorts his armor out.
I know.
Yeah.
That's keeping his heart going too.
Yeah. I like at the end though, they defeat him by like just shooting this capsule at him that basically eats away at his costume.
Oh yeah. Again, a guy who has defenses that are at least 1,000 years ahead of anything you have. Yeah, let's shoot him with an acid pellet.
Yeah, this little capsule is gonna get through his force field and all of his defenses and like penetrate that armor and eat away at it. Like, so strange.
I mean, again, he had defenses against Thor's hammer, but it's like, oh, here's an acid pellet.
Yeah. Well, oops, I didn't think of that. Oh no, my armor.
I mean, is there like a portion of Odin's power in that hammer? But it's like, oh no, like you can't defeat chemistry.
Yeah. And he defeated them early in the issue. Like he defeated them and had them captive aboard his spaceship. And then after they were free, they defeated him with this capsule. Like,
Oh,
so
you know,
strange.
you know what happened, right? They pulled a Batman. They just needed prep time.
That's true. That's right. They needed to work it out in the lab.
Oh wait, I'm sorry, I said the magic word.
Batman, my favorite character.
Into the Dark Knight.
Oh God, Phil, I heard you're feeling ill. Maybe I should call a doctor. And then look what's after the doctor.
Oh, yes.
A bell.
Yep.
Oh, I wonder who's going to make a guest appearance next episode. Dr. Bong!
Could be Dr. Bong.
Oh, maybe he can diagnose some of the Thunderbolts. Oh.
Yeah, I like that. He does have his PhD, so I'm sure he's got a diagnosis for at least a few of them.
Oh, Lord. MODOK?
MODOK, yes. Yeah, Russell and I just recorded an episode on Tomes of Evil, comic book supervillain podcast, a spotlight on MODOK, since he's going to be making an appearance in Quantum Mania as well.
That is good. Because I was thinking to myself, I'm like, man, we should have did a MODOK episode this month because I guess MODOK's showing up in Quantum Mania. Oh my God! I don't know if we're getting like our early stages of hey, the X-Men are in this universe because I was watching a commercial. Was it today? And like, you know who I saw in like the background? They had all those weird like alien looking guys. I swear it was like one of those broccoli people. You know, like the one Dark Phoenix destroyed their planet in Dark Phoenix Saga. So.
Ooh, interesting. Okay.
Are we subtly dropping Well, yeah, we've subtly been dropping hints about the X-Men so far. Remember Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness?
Oh yeah,
there.
Totally.
The last episode of Miss Marvel. Oh, you might be a mutant.
Ooh, they used the word. Oh my God.
And then they had to subtly play that music. It's just, it's like, come on, like,
funny.
You might be a mutant.
Yeah. I love it. Yeah.
Yeah, if you didn't hear them say it.
When do you suppose we'll get the X-Men in the MCU?
I don't know. Are they waiting for the Deadpool 3, maybe?
That's a good point. Possibly, yeah.
Or are we just going to fourth wall them into existence, maybe?
Maybe. You never know. Maybe it'll be the Siege Perilous Crystal. We'll do
maybe.
Yeah, something weird like that.
Maybe we can bring the Fantastic Four with it.
I always thought it would be cool if, for the Fantastic Four to explain why they've been gone all this time.
Exactly.
Is to have it be that they got into this, they've been around for years, but nobody remembers them because they got into this weird battle with Doctor Doom and all of them got taken out of time, and so nobody remembers them. They just kind of erased their own existences by accident. And then all of a sudden they come back and nobody knows who they are, and things slowly start to get explained. I always thought that would be kind of cool if they explained it that way.
And I mean, you could really play them off as Silver Age heroes. Like if they were around in
Totally.
the 60s and they were battling Doctor Doom, and yeah, like say the time platform blew up or something,
Yep.
and then it's just like, what year is it? 2023. What?
What? And nobody remembers us? Why? Yeah, that to me, I thought that would be a cool way. It would kind of be a way to explain why they haven't been around all this time.
Exactly. And
'cause
it's
this
not, they're not just like the newest superheroes on the block. They were around. Yeah.
And they haven't really alluded to the fact that there were the invaders team during World War II, but there had to have been in some of these Nick Fury cameo appearances. I think he's talked about like other teams of superheroes in the past that have existed before.
I know, even just like a line, they should have had something in Wakanda Forever where it's like Namor was just like, oh yeah, my father fought with Captain America or
Right.
something.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
I mean, I think in the background, what was it? The first Captain America movie, like they had like the Human Torch, like in a tube, and it's like they never done anything with it.
Jim Hammond, yeah. It's like, oh, come on, that's a perfect opportunity to explain him, especially with the vision and all that stuff. But
Exactly.
yeah.
That's where we made that body from, the Human Torch.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, because yes, kids, Rick Jones frees the Avengers because they're trapped under those stasis beams, and then once Rick Jones at least knocks out Thor's, and Don Blake's able to hit that cane.
Yep. And do his thing, smash his way out, and then they get Iron Man back on his feet, who isn't doing well because, like Phil mentioned before, his heart is tied to the state of his armor. So if his armor isn't working, then his heart's not working.
All right, just so no one can use the audio against me. Yes, his heart turns on. About that other thing, you perverts.
That's right. He's got something else for that. But I like that they were saved by the Wasp. I mean, it kind of sucks that they had to have Rick with her to save them. But I like that she was the one that saved them.
Yeah, I don't know if it was a combination of, oh, she's a woman, and it's just like, again, are we still in the decades where it's just like, oh, yeah, we need teenagers in here so kids can identify with.
Right. Yeah. The Teen Brigade. Yay. Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Kids are just going to grab a garbage can lid and pretend to be Captain America,
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, and I love that panel, too, where, speaking of that, and then, with members of Rick Jones' Teen Brigade at their side, the mightiest fighting team on Earth closes in on the man called Kang. And you see the Teen Brigade, like cornering him. It's like, what are they going to do? What are these teenagers in these ridiculous-looking suits playing it being 50-year-old men at age 15?
Yeah,
What are they going to do against Kang?
half of them are wearing ties. I'm like, really?
Yeah. They look ridiculous.
Yeah, Kang. Now, see here. You interrupted my bar mitzvah, see?
Yeah. We're going to do things my way, see?
I know, the one's like wearing a fedora or something. Like,
yeah, what are they going to do to Kang? And then his armor starts going super radioactive, and they have to shelter behind Captain America's shield anyway. It's ridiculous. That part made me laugh so hard. What? The Teen Brigade. God. So stupid.
But yes, his Kang's force field can resist Thor's hammer. But yeah, well then Giant Man tells Thor, keep pounding on that force field, it might weaken. Oh, here we go.
There we go. Eventually it worked.
So yes, so then he runs from the Avengers.
I've got to reach the safety of my ship. My survival is all that matters. And Thor's talking trash to him. He's like, so now you run from the helpless primitives. I love it.
Rick, dude. Cap, do you think he'll ever return? No one can say, but one thing's certain: he knows if he isn't unbeatable. He knows if he returns, the Avengers will be waiting.
No one can say, Rick, but I have a feeling it might be 2 issues from now.
I don't know, Rick. If only if these people write in and say how much they love Kang.
That's right. And how much they hate the Teen Brigade.
If only people write in Snapper. I mean, Rick.
Old Snapper car.
Well, God. I don't know. I like Captain America, like especially like in the 80s and 90s, but like this era Cap really doesn't do much for me.
Yeah, he's written so weird.
Yeah.
Very wooden. And yeah, it's strange because you can't really picture him being an adequate leader for this team at this point in time. Yeah. The man's kind of a mess. He's all over the place.
Or it's just like, I don't know, it just seems too, like, not rude, but just like, almost like too soldier-like, and I don't like when he's like that.
Yeah, I don't either. But he was trying to run them like a military unit.
Yeah, again, I don't like when he's like an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. It's just like, come on, just do the straight superhero stuff.
Yeah, that's the best Captain America.
I love how next issue a new problem confronts the Avengers. What is it? It's basically Stan saying, "What is it? I don't know. We'll file figure
I don't know.
Now and then."
Let me hit the doobie first, and then we'll find out. Excelsior.
Because they all seem like that. Because even though, like, you read like the Spider-Man's around this time, it's just like, oh, a new foe, appears. It's just like no description, no nothing. It's just like, yeah, something happens.
Yeah, a new villain next month. A new super team next month.
A new villain. He may be themed after an animal.
And he'll probably have green in his costume. If you notice, there's a lot of green in the villains' costumes back then. Not just Spider-Man.
Oh, no.
Spider-Man has the Green Gang, but there's a lot more beyond that. Loki, Dr. Doom, Kang.
I mean, Radioactive Man is all green.
Yeah. So funny.
It's villain colors. It's villain colors. All right. So, any other thoughts on this one?
No, it was a weird debut for Kang, but like I said, I like the fact that he actually defeated the Avengers. Like, he beat them in the beginning and took them hostage on his ship. I thought that was impressive for the first appearance of a villain to actually defeat the team right in their introduction. That was nice.
And again, it's so funny. Master Time Traveler. It's like, yeah, I tried to go home after the Fantastic Four thing. I tried to go home to the year 3000. I overshot by 1,000 years.
Some master time traveler, yeah.
And like the world had gone to crap again. And he just was like, yeah, but there was advanced weapons. I just brought them back.
And his horde of barbarian soldiers that he mustered from the year 4000. They even have barbarians in the future.
Well, yeah, because he didn't even say it was just like, yeah, the human race had gotten so advanced, they built this advanced weaponry, and then it's like, I don't know, there was another apocalypse, and then like the remaining population wasn't even that smart, but they knew how to use those weapons. So.
That's right. World War VIII happened, and then
one thing humanity didn't forget was how to fight.
That's right, and kill each other. Yeah, we're good at that.
All right, so let's get to Avengers number 11 because I think that was wacky, kids.
Oh, you didn't see nothing yet.
I love this cover because co-starring Spider-Man. Enough said. And Spider-Man, the name Spider-Man is almost as big as the Avengers. Wait, what if his book is selling very, very well and may boost this group's book? I wonder.
And it's the same color too, the dark blue.
Yeah. I know.
They really wanted that to pop on the cover.
It's almost another character. It's that name is so big.
Yeah.
So yeah, Avengers number 11, cover date December 1964. The Mighty Avengers meet Spider-Man. Stand with those not so subtle titles.
And the only blurb we can write is "Wowee."
Ah! Yes, it's written by Stan again. This time, I think we mentioned this last time. Penciled by Don Heck this time.
Yeah.
Inker Chick Stone. Colorist is still Stan Goldberg. Letter is still Sam Rosen. And editor is still Stan Lee, of course.
Old Chick Stone.
Chick Stone.
Chick Stone.
Iron Man is declared on a leave of absence from the Avengers as he is missing. And now that they are weaker, Kang tries to defeat them again. He creates a replica robot of Spider-Man because of his vast range of powers and because his book sells. The robot Spider-Man attempts to join the Avengers, claiming he knows the whereabouts of Iron Man. He leads the Avengers to a temple where he separates them and defeats them all one by one. However, the real Spider-Man appears on the scene and defeats the robot copy and saves the Avengers. So
it's so weird.
I love how it's like, how long has Iron Man been missing? And it's just like, oh, I don't know. Is he still on the team? I don't know.
I don't know. We're playing things pretty fast and loose here in the Avengers at this point.
It's like we have these rules. Well, who made these rules? Well, we did. So I don't know. We gotta follow the rules.
I think we're gonna have to start writing stuff down, people.
Well, then it's like, oh, Tony Stark is dead, but Iron Man must be out searching for his killer.
Yeah. Oh, naturally, yeah. I'm sure that the Golden Avenger wants to do this job alone as a matter of pride.
It was basically, let's have a moment of silence for that great billionaire who gave us this mansion. Yeah. All right, on to business.
Yeah, and then there's that horrible part where the Wasp says, "Why does that remark always seem to be a signal for you to put on fresh lipstick, little lady? Every remark is a signal for a girl to freshen up her lipstick, big boy. And please don't speak to me right now or I might smudge it." Oh, God.
Boy, why didn't people take the Wasp seriously back then?
I wonder why. That was a groan. That part elicited a major groan.
Again, it's men, not all men, not knowing how to write a woman, especially where like they're probably like, who's reading this book? A bunch of young boys, so we don't have to worry about giving this woman a backstory. Just let's make her pretty,
or any personality at all.
Exactly.
Yeah. But thankfully, as we said in the previous episode, later writers developed her character much better.
Oh yeah, she eventually becomes team leader.
Yeah, during some of their roughest points in the team's history as well. Yeah.
And oh hey, Iron Man's missing. Kids, he's gonna be taking a bunch of leaves of absences. In the future.
That's right. Get used to him disappearing a bit, because it will happen again.
He's gonna be taking a bunch of those Lilith Hellfire style. Let's go to Vegas and get drunk vacation. Yeah.
Where's Iron Man? Oh, I don't know. Tony Stark's in Las Vegas, so that's a pretty good bet where he is.
What secret mission is Iron Man on this time?
Superior puss. Power of the penis.
Iron Man, where were you for the last 2 weeks?
Shut your filthy mouth.
What happens to stays in Vegas.
Oh, but they do mention 2 issues ago the whole Wonder Man. Well, Kang mentions the Wonder Man thing.
Which was a big deal.
Oh, I mean, well, bigger deal later on. Yeah, they don't even know what they had at this point. Because Kang's watching them through a time portal.
Yes.
I love it. Weird. It's moving linearly, and it's just like, oh, hey, I remember my last defeat from the Avengers 8, and it's just like He could have been like, I just battled them in issue 269, and it's...
Yeah. And I love too how he's observing all this, and like Spider-Man is like the most powerful character that he's observed on Earth in this time period to create a robotic duplicate of. Like there's nobody else around that was more.
Again, popularity contest.
I
Because
know. Yeah.
otherwise, wouldn't you be like, oh hey, maybe I can lull them into a false sense of security with like their former member, the Hulk?
Yeah. Or Iron Man being missing. Like, why don't I send a
An Iron
robotic
Man robot,
duplicate of
yes!
Iron Man in? Like, since they were
Yes!
just talking about how he was gone. Like,
Now's my chance. Yes, send in an Iron Man robot. Yes.
Or like you said, the Hulk, like somebody that was in the team before.
Or hell, Iron Man. All you do is make a fake set of armor, and Kang can put himself in a fake Iron Man suit.
That's true. They could even have gone for the all gold suit, and that would have been a way to distinguish. Yeah. Oops.
God, and then Kang refers to Doom as his ancestor.
Yeah. What was that about?
I think they were trying to make that a thing back then, but it's just
Well,
he
yeah,
wears
wasn't
armor. I wear armor. We must be ancestors.
Yeah, I thought for a while that like he was one of the Richards. Kang was like a
yeah. I think he's like a he's a descend. I think that's still in continuity. He's like a descendant. From the year 3000. Yeah. But it's probably Reed Richards' great grandson. Yeah.
Right, something like that. For years I could have sworn that's what Kang was supposed to be, but
It's like that whole Spaceballs thing. He's his third cousin's uncle's brother's roommate, or so. Yeah.
Twice removed.
Then there was that weird thing in the 90s. Was that the 90s? They were trying to make like Reed and Doom like half brothers or something. Like Nathaniel was going to be both their father.
Yeah, that was weird. I still don't know where Tom DeFalco was going with that little nugget.
I mean, I guess the whole thing was Nathaniel Richards was just like dropping that thing all over all through time and stuff.
Yeah, well, he was a time traveling rascal himself.
Oh yeah, he was even like for a big part of Reed's life in an alternate timeline or something.
That would make an interesting story for a future film when they start doing the Fantastic Four ones. Have one where Reed meets up with his dad, and his dad's like that cyborg and all that stuff. That'd be cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just like I love Kang looking at all the Spider-Man stuff, and just like he has these powers. You can tell that's the Spider Sense, and then we see him fighting Craven.
Oh yeah, he defeated Mysterio. He can easily defeat Thor.
I mean, I could just hear the subtext where it's just like, "Wow, look how amazing Spider-Man is! If you're not reading that book, you should be reading his book."
Yeah. And this is back when there was only one Spider-Man comic book.
Yes, kids. As amazing as that may sound, yes, there was only one.
Only one.
God, that was before Marvel Team Up. Yeah.
And only one Avengers book too. This was the only Avengers book at that time.
Yeah, characters may have, if they were lucky, they appeared in 2 places a month. Kid, their solo book, and maybe if they were on a team, like they're on the Avengers or something.
Yeah, or one of like the Tales to Astonish, or one of those Tales of Suspense.
Or you guest starred.
Yeah, and there were lots of those as well. The guest appearances, as we see in this one, that happened quite a bit.
So yeah, Kang shoots the Spider-Man robot back to the present. Okay, who are the stupid hoodlums who just randomly attack Captain America on the street?
Yeah, what's that about? Yeah. Heads up, men. This time you picked the wrong pigeon.
The guy survived the battlefields of World War II and literally punched Hitler in the face. Oh yeah, I can take him.
Yeah. It's in the caption. It says, "Then it happens as Captain America leaves one of his regularly scheduled visits to Rick Jones's Teen Brigade headquarters. Boo! A band of hoodlums attacks him. Yeah, who would be stupid enough to do that in broad daylight? That's ridiculous." There he is. We're gonna get him.
Oh, look at that, man. the hoodlums we see, one's wearing a green shirt, one's wearing like a green suit. I mean,
That looks like Sandman to me.
exactly.
Yeah. It's a lot like Flint Marco.
And then Spider-Man said, well, the robot says he wants to join the Avengers, and Cap's like, it can't be my decision alone. I'll take you to the others. And again, I mean, that would kind of, I mean, if a word had gotten around, that would kind of like make sense because remember, he tried to join the Fantastic Four in Amazing Spider-Man number
Right.
1. So it
That's
would make
true.
sense.
Yeah.
Here, let me take you back to the mansion so Thor can say, this ain't General Motors, pal.
I like the little back and forth between him and Thor too. Look, long hair, I don't like having hammers tossed at me. You may be a real wing doozy with your own team, but until I'm one of you, you're just another guy named Joe to me. Savvy? Love it.
And I don't know if like he thought about it by that point, but then on the next page, like Stan has it's the robot thinking, Kang is so Kang is like a genius to make me sound just like the way Spider-Man would talk.
Well, yeah, that's kind of the point.
Yeah, exactly. Don't want to be like, yes, I would like to join the Avengers.
Yes. My goal is to infiltrate and destroy, become a valued member of your team. I love that panel too where where they're going off to do something and Cap goes, Avengers, away!
I know. I was like, I guess we haven't done assemble yet.
They're still working on that.
Yeah, but I guess the Avengers don't want Spider-Man on the team. Even the Wasp is like, ooh, that spiders are icky. Let's get him. And then the robot just casually tosses off, oh, I guess you don't want to know where Iron Man is.
Yeah.
And then they're like, wait, come back. And like Thor whips the hammer at him. I'm like,
Yeah. I love that.
you don't know Spider-Man's power set. I mean, you're literally gonna crush him like a spider on a wall.
Yeah, Thor's temper was on a hair trigger these days too.
Well, he's still in the middle of his little Don Blake phase. I mean, Odin said he had to learn humility. So
that's true. Yeah, Giant Man has to hold him back from throttling him. What manner of man are you? I love it.
But yeah, the robot basically comes up with this story, like, yeah, Zemo and the Executioner and the Enchantress kidnapped him. Yeah, it took him to Mexico. See?
Yeah. Well, that makes sense. They just fought Zemo and the Masters of Evil not too long ago.
So there's the other pictures on the wall. Loki, them. And I love how all the Avengers take separate flights or whatever down there.
Yeah. They didn't have the Quinjets or any of that stuff.
But they didn't even take the same plane or anything.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, hey, let's hop on Thor's back or something.
Right.
Captain America, hop on Thor's back. It's
so strange.
Because all we see is Ant-Man or Giant Man and the Wasp fly out to the airport and are they flying commercial?
Yeah, they're taking a passenger jet. It's so weird. Tony didn't give them anything to It's so weird.
Like I said, no Quinjets yet, no nothing. I guess.
No, yeah, man, these were rough times for the Avengers. This was some crowdfunding action here.
Yeah, no government stuff, nothing. But yeah, they get we see Giant Man and the Wasp get there, but the Spider-Man robot's already there.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and then they discover quickly that he's not who he pretends to be.
You double-dealing deceiver. Say that 3 times fast. But yeah, he's trying to stop Ant-Man, Giant Man and the Wasp, but they keep changing sizes, especially when he tries to tie up Giant Man.
I love that. That was one of my favorite parts of the issue, actually, was that little battle between Giant Man and the Wasp and the robot. It's cool.
Oh, Lord, then Thor shows up.
Yeah, that was the part that I had the toughest time with. It was like, yeah, this robotic duplicate of Spider-Man is going to give Thor a difficult time. Yeah.
Well, again, I mean, we want to show how awesome Spider-Man. And once again, Thor gets separated from that damn hammer.
That's true. Yeah. I mean, it was smart to give that as a limitation to the character at the time, because otherwise, yeah, he's like Superman. He's like super powerful, and what could pose a threat to him?
Yeah, but it's like they're whipping out the kryptonite like every issue here. It's just
That's
like, oh,
right. Yeah.
found an
Oh
hammer.
no, the hammer! Oh, the hammer!
And again, it's like if anyone should know, shouldn't Kang know that weakness? Be like, oh yeah, this is the point where he's Don Blake. Yeah, we're gonna
Yeah.
separate him from that hammer.
Or at the very least, it's like, yeah, he needs that hammer for some purpose. So
But
we must
again,
separate him.
yeah, these are the days where where nobody's finding out secret identities. Even the Avengers don't know who each other is at this point.
Yeah. I love it.
Now it's like pretty much everybody's secret identities out except for what? Batman, Spider-Man. Superman is finally back in. Thank you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We've
I can't
unbent
think
this-
of anybody else that has a secret identity anymore.
we unbendis that.
That's good. That's good. That
Yes.
needed to happen.
Bendis, Bendis, Bendis.
Damn, Bendis. All right, so. Oh, but I love it. I love how Captain America is basically the one giving him like the hardest time,
Yes. I liked that too.
especially if the robot says you will be the easiest victim.
That's what you think.
But then, oh, who shows up? The real Spider-Man.
Yeah. Now, this part also made me do a little bit of an eye roll, because when he comes out, he's like, do you think you could prowl the streets of New York impersonating me without my own spider sense warning me of your presence? I followed you silently, waiting to learn what your scheme was. Now I know. You're out to destroy the Avengers. Well, I'm no professional do-gooder, but... And then he gets kicked in the face. So he just basically admitted that he followed them down there, and he watched the robotic duplicate systematically defeat all of the Avengers without lifting a hand to interfere or to do anything to help them.
Okay, and is this a plot hole? Because real Spider-Man says he followed the robot, but when Giant Man and the Wasp are like, "How did he get here so quickly?" The robot thinks to himself, "Kang can move me anywhere by manipulating his master control panel in the 30th century."
Yeah,
So are we talking teleportation?
I guess.
So how did Spider-Man follow him?
Yeah. Maybe he hitched a ride on the same jet that the Giant Man and the Wasp were on. He snuck on.
I was gonna say, how did Peter Parker get down there at this point? I mean, he's like 16 years old. He's saving his lunch money for a plane ticket. I don't know.
Yeah, Russell and I just did another Tomes of Evil about the lizard, and we discussed the first appearance of the lizard, and there's a whole plot in that first issue about Peter Parker having to justify to J. Jonah Jameson about taking a trip down to Florida to take pictures so that he could do some investigation about the lizard. That was the whole subplot, was them going down to Florida to take pictures on this jet.
I know.
Oh man. The days before Quinjets.
Even Kang, again, that master of time and space. Spider-Man, how did he show up?
Yeah. Maybe he flew down there on his web wings that he
Bro, like,
shoots out of his butt during this.
Shouldn't Kang have seen this coming though?
Yeah. Yeah, technically he should have. I guess his time sensors aren't as infallible as he claims them to be. And this issue too was wrapped up real quick, if you notice on this.
Oh yeah, because once Spider-Man like defeats the robot, it's just like, I'm out of here. It's just like,
yeah, and then Thor's got the hammer again, and they all reconvene. And
because the Avengers would even know what happened if Captain America hadn't been like, "Oh, I saw Spider-Man fighting these evil imposter."
Yeah. It can only be a man with all the scientific marvels of 30 centuries at his beck and call. That means Kang.
Yeah, it can only be Kang who built this robot.
Yeah, that's the only person.
I guess Doctor Doom escaped our mind.
Yeah. There were some other villains too that made robots back then. I think the Mad Thinker was around then. And some
Oh,
other
yeah, the Mad
people, like,
Thinker's around, yeah.
yeah. So it's like, yeah, this for them to reach that conclusion was a bit of a stretch. And then in the very last panel, Kang's sulking away. You can almost hear the sad trumpet playing as he's moping his way down the corridor. Oh, got to start over again.
Oh yeah, he's literally beating like his controls or that screen. And no, that's not a double entendre, kids.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just love Thor just like screaming in the air. People are fan of the
Ah!
future.
Of course, it can be no other. Hear me, men of the future.
And that robot was never seen again until 1996. Spider-Man Team Up number 4.
Oh, did they bring that robot back?
Oh yeah.
Ooh,
I guess it just lays in this jungle until Spider-Man Team Up number 4 from 1996. So
oh, that is hilarious.
it's Spider-Man and the right before Heroes Reborn Avengers.
Oh, okay. Ooh, we should cover that one too at some point.
We can. I mean, Ray, Dave, and I already did it on Ultimate Spider-Cast 199. But yeah.
Yeah, maybe next year.
Because that robot just lays in the oh Justin, if you want to cover because you know who's on the team, right? Teen Iron Man,
oh yes,
the fully mutated Wasp. Oh, it's
yeah. That was the
Right
post issue 400, wasn't it?
It's right before Heroes Reborn. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that was And I had a bunch of those. I still have a bunch of those issues too. I must have missed that one. Wow. Yeah, I bet that was a trip. See, I thought that was the last that we saw of this robot, that it was never discussed again. I love that they brought it back.
Nope, he came back for a one and done in 1996.
That's great. I love it.
Yeah, because there is a noting even in here. Yeah, the Spider-Man robot appears next in Spider-Man Team Up 4 in battle again with the Avengers and Spider-Man, although it was Ben Reilly rather than Peter Parker.
Yes, important note. Important to take note of that. Yeah, this issue was weird, though. It was so strange. I mean, I get that they wanted to inject a little bit of popularity into the Avengers by having a strange, random Spider-Man guest appearance, but it just seemed like a weird... I don't know. It almost would have worked better if it was a villain other than Kang doing this. If it was a different villain doing the Spider-Man duplicate. Yeah.
Again, we had Doom.
Yeah. Yeah. Weird.
Oh, okay. It's saying there's some controversy as to the cover credits to this issue. The editor gives credit to Jack Kirby and Dick Ayers. However, it is highly probable that Steve Ditko did the image of Spider-Man for the cover.
Interesting.
I could see that.
Yeah.
And again, yes, kids, big faux pas on the cover. Yes, Iron Man is on the cover, but he's not in the story.
Right. Yeah. Oops.
Was he supposed to be? And was someone just like, oh, hey, he's doing such and such over in Tales of Suspense?
Yeah, I wonder. Do you know what he was doing back then exactly?
Well, I know they did mention in the story like what Stark's supposed to be dead. People think he's dead.
I couldn't remember what happened though.
I got tons of history here. All right. While Journey in the Mystery 111 is the last published Thor story, it is the second part of a two-part story that started in the Journey in the Mystery 110, which occurred prior to Avengers number 10. Based on the fact that this story is set after Tales of Suspense 61, Thor's last chronological appearance was in Journey into Mystery 112, where Thor recounts his battle with the Hulk, which occurred back in Avengers 3.
Oh, wow.
Yes. Okay, Iron Man was last seen in Tales of Suspense 60, where he battled Hawkeye.
Oh. Interesting.
And in Tales of Suspense 61, where he battles the Mandarin once more and fakes the death of Tony Stark.
Oh, okay. It was after that big Mandarin fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the Mandarin had that crazy costume in that story. Do you remember that?
I think so, yeah.
It was one of the few times that he had a mask, if I remember, that covered his whole face, or most of his face.
Oh, and
and I think that costume had a bunch of green in it too. Again, bad guys wear green.
And And for those of you wondering, Spider-Man makes his appearance in this issue following the events of Amazing Spider-Man 20, where he battled the Scorpion.
Okay, after the Scorpion. Another green villain. Just saying.
Oh my god, we missed another appearance because I guess Immortus must have appeared in that issue 10, but Kang himself has not been seen since Avengers 8.
Yes.
Okay, so issue 8, Kang, issue 10, Immortus, issue 11, Kang.
Yeah.
So we
I
were
see what you're doing, Stan.
we were firmly setting that foundation. He's an Avengers villain. Oh god. Thor mentions Tony Stark's death occurred in Tales of Suspense 61, wherein Iron Man faked the death of his civilian guys after finding the dual identity role too difficult to maintain.
It's stressful. I get it. Yeah.
Although Daredevil's done that a couple times too. It's just again, it's
I
Tony
can't
Stark.
take it anymore. Ah!
It's Tony Stark. Tony Stark could have come out at any time.
Yeah. I mean, out of all of those Avengers, like he had the least to lose about coming out of as a superhero. But Spidey, I think, had the most to lose, so it makes sense for him to keep that secret identity.
Okay, here's a retcon that may explain something. When Spider-Man appears, he mentions to be looking for a Spider-Man imposter who had been prowling the streets of New York. Although the story makes believe that this one was the Spider-Man robot, since the robot didn't prowl New York, it can be assumed that he was looking for Jason Ionello, who at the time was in fact prowling New York impersonating Spider-Man, which was in Untold Tales of Spider-Man from the 90s, but that was set like during like that first year or so of the Stan issues. So
that makes it a little bit more believable then.
Yes, yeah.
There was an imposter stalking around the city in his costume.
Yeah. So it took 30 years, but yes, we came up with a retcon for that.
They're like, we've got to make this plot hole make more sense somehow. It's been killing me for 30 years. We've got to fix it.
I'm trying to remember. Was that Busiek, Kurt Busiek, who wrote Untold Tales of Spider-Man? Might have been. It was somebody who knew like a lot of history. So it was like, because like I think most of those issues, it was like, oh, this one takes place between like Amazing Spider-Man 3 and 4. Yeah.
The little editor's note on the first page or something. Yeah.
Oh my god, if you never read those, they are good. They have
I gotta check those out. Actually,
like 25. There was like 25 issues.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, especially if Kurt Busiek wrote it, I'll definitely check those out. I love his stuff.
Oh yeah, because it was 26 issues, 1 through 25, and it also had a -1 issue. So, I'm looking. Oh, yes, Kurt Busiek written it, and yes, pencils by Pat Olive. Yes.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love his stuff too. Cool. Yeah, I'll definitely check that out.
Oh yeah, it was back in the day when in the 90s. Remember when they were putting out some of those 99-cent books? It was a 99-cent.
Oh yeah. For a brief moment, they did that. Those 99-cent books.
But yeah, again, recommendation, kids. Yeah, if you haven't read Untold Tales of Spider-Man, do it.
Yeah, that does sound really good.
I think I'm going to force Lil to do that one day. All right. Look at this notes. Anything else we need? Oh god. Presumably Kang's lack of knowledge of Immortus' battle against the Avengers in Avengers 10 is unknown to him due to the fact that the story ends in a time paradox that erased the events of their battle. Only Zemo, Executioner, and Enchantress have knowledge of the battle ever occurring.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. Sure, yeah.
Yes. I know. Well, again, we had. I don't think we said Immortus was Kang at what did we? I know we knew Kang was Rama Tut, but I don't think we knew Immortus.
The Immortus link I don't think was established until a while later.
Man, was it like a requirement of writing comics in this era that you had to be like high?
I'm sure it probably helped. Like, oh man, I gotta get through this deadline. How am I gonna do it? Oh, I know how to do it.
And yes, the villains that Kang was looking at on the screen were Radioactive Man, the Unicorn, Mysterio, Magneto, and Doctor Doom.
Yeah, the radioactive man.
Oh boy! And if you guys wanted to know, Kang's next appearance was in Strange Tales 134, where he attempts to take over medieval times and is stopped by the Thing and the Human Torch.
Oh, I don't think I've read that one either.
Yeah, I don't know if I read that either.
Just the Thing and the Human Torch. Wow. I'll have to check that one out. I don't think I've read that.
And Iron Man is back next issue, so.
Yeah. Well, there you go. He had a little bit of a break.
Mm-hmm. All right. I think that's it for me. Do you have any other thoughts on these?
No. This issue was kind of weird.
Again, like I said, it just smacked to me of, oh, hey, kids, you're not reading Spider-Man, or hey, this book sells well. Maybe some Spider-Man readers will come over here and read
Exactly.
Avengers.
They're doing some cross-pollination here, and you can tell. And Stan was definitely stretching with this.
Yeah, it almost
stretching the limits of credulity, but
it
was
seemed
still
like,
fun.
Look how awesome Spider-Man is. He could beat the Avengers if he wanted to.
Yeah. He could beat Thor. Honestly, he could beat Thor.
That long-haired hippie.
Yeah. Throwing his hammer at him. I love it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, kids. So yes, Quantum Mania. By the time you hear this, Quantum Mania will be out. Send us your thoughts. But remember, next time we're going to be talking some Thunderbolts. Early appearance of the Thunderbolts from Thunderbolts -1, Hulk 449, and Thunderbolts 1 and 2, the original Thunderbolts 1 and 2, with special guest, one of Justin's other co-hosts, Russell from Gamma Charge. And
Gamma Charge, the strongest podcast there is.
Don't worry, Justin will tell you in a few minutes here where you can find Russell. All right, so yes, we're doing that next time, and then in 2 weeks we're going to do the first 4 issues of X-Men.
Yes,
Another
first for me, which I haven't read yet. I'm excited for those.
Age of Apocalypse. Oh, we got good stuff coming in March. That, and then the week after that, we're going to do Avengers Infinity. That 4-issue
I love
series.
That one. Yeah, that's kind of like a hidden jewel that I don't think a lot of people know about. So I'm excited to talk about that one.
More Avengers. And then the week after that, we're going to cover the first 3 issues of Spider-Man 2099, kids.
Yes. Super excited for that.
And then we'll round out the month with the crossover between our show and me and Will's show, Sector 2814, the Green Lantern podcast on Capes and Lunatics Sidekicks. Yes, we're going to do the JLA Avengers crossover. We'll do the first 2 issues here, and then we'll do the second 2 issues on me and Will's Green Lantern show.
So good.
Yes.
I love that series so much. And I'm so excited to be talking about that. Yeah.
So that'll be the month of March. And then we know what's coming in April.
Yes. We're keeping it a secret until April.
I want to say we're playing a prank on you people, but it seems more like a punishment.
It's more like a prank on ourselves than anything else.
We're going to flog you with a story for 4 weeks, kids.
And I still think, Phil, that we should do the same thing that you and Lilith did last year on April Fools, where we make it as like one of the best stories ever written.
We can try, but that is hard. That is hard.
A legendary epic in the annals of comic book history. It
was hard to do for 1 week. Can you imagine doing it for a month?
Especially with this one.
Yes, that's plot point. Makes complete sense.
Wait a minute. Mantis was a space phantom?
Oh, you're going to give that away.
No, I've said too much. I can't.
Oh, part 12 is so interesting.
Yeah. I won't say anymore. I don't want to spoil it.
Oh my God. All right, kids. So yeah, send us your thoughts on all the March stuff. Email us, CapesandLunatics@gmail.com, or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember, Okay, if you want now, we have the new and improved. If you want to find all social medias, our YouTube videos, merchandise, everything is at our new website, tubespace.io/Capes and Lunatics Podcast Network. And if you can't remember that long address, it is in the show notes right below you. So, yes, YouTube video, podcast. Yes, it's all in the show notes. Every episode. So,
That's right. They're all there, all listed out for you to enjoy.
all right. So, all right. Justin, again, you are here every week. You're on We Are the Night, the Batman
The
podcast. Yes.
Batman Podcast.
Once a month. But where else can people find you?
In addition to those two lovely shows, you can find me with my aforementioned pal Russell over on Gamma Charge, the strongest podcast there is, where we talk about everything to do with the Hulk and She-Hulk related goodness. And also Tomes of Evil, comic book supervillain podcast. This month, because of Quantumania, we're doing our own specials over there. And like I said, we did a special on MODOK, character spotlight on MODOK, where he's appearing in the film. But we're also doing one on Kang as well. We'll be discussing some really key, definitely not all of Kang's appearances, of course, but some of the key ones over the years. And that's coming out probably towards the end of the month. And in addition to those two shows, we also co-host a third show with our pal, the High Priest of Khonshu, Ray himself, Predator and Prey, a Yucha podcast, in which we talk about everything to do with the Predator, films, comic books, video games, all kinds of stuff. And my solo podcast, The Lost Library of Legends, is on its way and tentatively in the beginning of March 2023.
Cock-a-doodle-doo.
There will be some talk of that as well.
Scream it!
Talking about meat is so natural for Justin.
It's so natural.
Since similarities between some of my co-hosts here, kids. Yeah, all right, again, thank you for joining us this month for Quantumania. Next week, yes, we'll be joined by Russell himself.
Yes,
talk some Thunderbolts, including some Hulk, because there's a Hulk issue in there.
that's right. It'll be fun.
So yes, I will have both hosts of Gamma Charge joining me to talk Hulk Namor. Oh, it's on.
It's gonna be good.
All right, kids. I guess right now we're out of time.